Hi everyone, welcome and thank you for being here. Today I'm going to talk about Mother's Day. I'll share my experience of trying to acknowledge this day with my own mother, who's Jehovah's Witness, and why Jehovah's Witnesses don't celebrate Mother's Day. I've never actually celebrated a Mother's Day with my own mother. The harmful effects of denying this as a mother as a Jehovah's Witness. So, today is Mother's Day, right? It's celebrated in many countries around the world. And the whole point of this holiday is all about celebrating that personal, individual connection between a mother and her children. However, as a Jehovah's Witness, you don't celebrate this day. After I faded out of the Jehovah's Witness organization, and I woke up from being a Jehovah's Witness, I started allowing myself to try celebrating some of the holidays, like eating turkey on Thanksgiving and Easter, Christmas, buying a Christmas tree, getting costume for Halloween, basically getting a feel for all of these type of holidays that were always at an arm's length and really just not allowed as a Jehovah's Witness. But with Mother's Day, I already knew that any attempt to celebrate my mother, like taking her for brunch, I'd see people, my friends, my worldly friends, take their mom out and they'd go for a lovely brunch, or they get manicures and pedicures together, all this really neat bonding stuff that I'd never experienced with my mom. So I knew that any attempt to actually try to celebrate my mom, like after I left the religion, like sending her gifts and, hey, let's go for, I want to celebrate you, so let's take her out for brunch or something. I knew that wouldn't likely be accepted or even appreciated. I'm not disfellowshipped. So my parents were still somewhat talking to me. It's very on-off, and that's a whole other story. But to give you a little insight on my relationship with my mom and it always has been a bit disconnected. But I still wanted to give it a go, right? Just, at the very least, just letting my mom know that she's valued. Because I do value her and her contribution to my life. I think that's a great thing to celebrate. So what I did, after I'm out, and I'm like, you know what, I just want to kind of reach out and just kind of tread lightly on those waters of Mother's Day. And so what I did, I sent her an email on Mother's Day. I went back and found my email that I actually wrote on that day. Here it is. Here it goes. I go, Mom, I know you don't celebrate it, but I really wanted to let you know that I'm thinking of you! Exclamation. Obviously, when everyone else is celebrating Mother's Day, we, your daughters, are all thinking of our mother too. And that's a good thing. Hope you have a great day. Love, Tammy. Putting those three sentences together, it actually took way more time than you would think, because I didn't want to put her in a position of having to decline a brunch date. I did really analyze and overthink this, and maybe not overthink it. I just tried to think the best way that I wouldn't put her in an awkward position or feeling guilty about not coming or accepting or having to decline any gifts that I would give her. So anyways, that's the simplest form of acknowledging Mother's Day for my mom. At the very least, I figured, it would make her happy. And I'll feel happy because I sent it to her, knowing that regardless, I was just thinking of her, whether she wanted to celebrate or not. So I did kind of hope, and I kind of did expect. I put my expectations up that she would at least say, thank you, or thank you, I love you, or something just to acknowledge it. But no, the result was crickets. She didn't respond, and it was a bit disheartening. And I know that a lot of you out there that are, recently out or have been out of the religion for a long time, you might not have any relationship or even any contact with your mom as well. So I understand that, but it's such an unnatural thing to not have that, And so when Mother's Day comes around, it's always it's kind of sad. And so I'm expressing what a lot of you I know are feeling. As around Mother's Day, we wish we could have that relationship, but whether we're being shunned by them or whether we're just have this massive disconnect of not being able to express this type of celebration for our own mothers, right? So, a lot of you who maybe aren't as familiar with Jehovah's Witnesses, The reason why Jehovah's Witnesses are told that these types of celebrations are wrong is because they say that all honor should go to Jehovah God and not to any one person. Also saying that it originated with pagan worship. So don't you dare, take any honor for yourself away from God. And by the way, this is so pagan. It started in pagan roots. Give me a break. It's basically the basic reasons. Like they don't really give very proper reasons as to why you can't even say Happy Mother's Day. There's not a proper explanation. And so basically their message is, don't celebrate each other or yourselves. That's what Satan wants you to do. He wants you to be selfish. I've heard that so many times, when I ask, like, why can't we just have a birthday cake, or Mother's Day or Father's Day, or, any of these, like, just, they're small little things about ourselves. And these are all the types of messages, and we'd hear talks about this, discussions all in the congregation, that all of this results in a type of self-denial. So here's why denying these simple pleasures in life is so harmful to yourself. It causes mental and emotional distress to themselves, and it's cognitive dissonance. Okay, and let's talk about this one for 1 second. So cognitive dissonance, it describes the discomfort experienced when two cognitions are incompatible with each other, all right? So a cognition is a mental action or process of understanding a thought, a belief, experience, personal value. So it's basically these two cognitions or these two thought processes that are battling each other. Your values versus this belief system. So in terms of denying gifts or expressions of love that have been extended towards you on Mother's Day, for instance, on one hand, you have someone, let's say your children, showing you love. It feels good, it feels right, it feels normal, it feels proper. But on the other hand, you have this belief from the organization, the acknowledgement of this acceptance of this gift, whatever that may be, is wrong, and it'll displease Jehovah. Here you have your kids, it's very normal. Happy Mother's Day, I love you. Let's go celebrate. Let's have go for brunch, right? No, you can't, because that's going to displease Jehovah. So you have these two cognitions battling basically against each other. So what that also leaves that person, that mother in this case, a feeling of worthlessness. You shouldn't be happy in this old system. So, and all of that can lead to self-harm, depression, and more. So even though, the Jehovah's Witness organization likes to bring up, honor your father and mother, they also make it very difficult for those that have left the organization to do this in a natural way, because a lot of us, like I said, we have these major disconnected type of relationships with our parents because we've left, they're still in, or even if you're the mother who has left, or maybe you're disfellowshipped, and now your kids are in the religion and they don't have a relationship with you. Like either side of that fence of that relationship is very dysfunctional and so unnatural, and it's heartbreaking, quite frankly, when you really want that connection, and especially when you see that around you, right? Honor your father and mother. Like I've heard that so many times, and I agree. I think that's great. But for the people that have left the organization, it's very difficult to truly do that in a way that can fulfill both sides of that relationship. If you're out of the organization, I totally recommend celebrating Mother's Day, however that can work for you. Maybe it's just sitting, and I've done this, sitting in an appreciation of being alive, and sending out thoughts of love to all the mothers out there, including your own. Because regardless, we can still have those moments of gratitude, and we can still send those feelings and those thoughts and those intentions, and if we're not able to actually speak them out to your actual mother. But if you believe in God and you think that you'd be displeasing God by allowing your kids to show you acts of kindness such as this on Mother's Day, wouldn't it make sense that if God is a God of love, he would be happy to see that love is being shown to you, and that you're being happy, and that you're not displeasing God by not accepting a gift. I think it's really important to question both sides of that type of relationship, and reasoning as to why you can or cannot do something. So for me, on Mother's Day, I'm lucky. I have a mother-in-law with my fiance, and so his mom, obviously. And she's lovely, and she's wonderful to spend time with, and we basically do fun brunches together. We'll go pick her up and we take her for brunch, and it might be gifts, it might be going to a gardening show or something like that. So as sad as it makes me to not be able to have that type of relationship with my mom, I'm really happy to be able to get a little bit of that from my fiance and his relationship with his mom, because they're very close, and it's really nice to actually see that. So this I'm grateful for having, and that's how we're spending today. We're gonna go pick her up, and she's actually gonna come and stay overnight with us. She's in our bubble. So all of you out there, I hope that you all have a great day, celebrating your mothers, celebrating yourselves, whether you're a stepmom, biological mom, maybe you're a pet mom, just enjoy yourself, celebrate yourself in that day, or celebrate the others in your life. Please feel free to share your comments and experiences. I read them all. All right, well, thank you for watching. And, if you like this video, please go ahead and hit the thumbs up. And if you're new here, go ahead and subscribe so you'll get to see more videos like this in the future. So I'm Tammy, the channel is Living Truth, and I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye.